Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Insha'Allah, today we will start a new topic. The topic is Al-Mudood. This is a long topic and we will break it up into smaller parts. Mudood is a plural of mad. Mad is an Arabic word which means to elongate, lengthen, or stretch. In the sciences of Tajweed, it is to extend or lengthen the sound of the letters, which are called mad letters, while reciting the Quran. And there are three mad letters: letter Alif, letter Waw, and letter Ya. And these three letters are only considered as mad letters when they are sakin and preceded by a vowel compatible to them. When Alif is sakin and preceded by a fatha, the sound of fatha is similar to the sound of alif. So fatha is compatible to alif. And by the way, a true alif only comes as a mad letter. And when letter ya is sakin and preceded by a kasra, the sound of kasra is similar to the sound of letter ya. So kasra is compatible to letter ya. And just like that, when letter waw is sakin and preceded by dhamma, and the sound of dhamma is similar to the sound of letter waw, that's why dhamma is compatible to letter waw. So when these letters alif, ya, and waw, in this condition that they are sakin and preceded by a vowel compatible to them, these three letters are considered as mad letters. And we can see some examples here. Letter alif is sakin and preceded by fatha. Alif is in a mad condition. And we will recite this example like this. Qala. And you can hear that I'm stretching the sound. And this elongation is due to the presence of the mad letter alif in this word. In the next example, we can see letter ya is in a mad condition. It is sakin and preceded by a kasra. So we will recite it like this. Qila. And you can hear that I'm extending the sound here due to the presence of letter ya as a mad letter. In the next example, letter waw is sakin preceded by a vowel dhamma, which is compatible to letter waw. So waw is in a mad condition, and we will recite this example like this. Qalu. And here in this example, you can see all three mad letters coming in one word. Letter waw is sakin preceded by a dhamma. Letter ya is sakin preceded by a kasra. Alif is sakin preceded by a fatha. So by stretching the sound of the letters, we will recite this example like this. Nuhiha. There are different types of mudud, and each of them has its own specific time, which is called a count or a haraka. And this stretching can be from 2 counts to 6 counts maximum. Before we study the types of mudud and see how many counts do we need to give to that particular mud, let's see how do we measure the counts. A count or a haraka is the time a reciter takes to recite a letter with one haraka or vowel. So if you see in this example, letter ba has a fatha. So when I say ba fatha ba, so the time that I take to say ba with the fatha like this, ba, is 1 count. And similarly, the time that I take to recite 2 vowels consecutively, that is 2 counts or 2 haraka for me. So ba has a fatha and the other ba also has a fatha. So I will say ba, ba. So the time that I take to recite 2 vowels consecutively is 2 counts according to my recitation. If there are 4 letters with a fatha, the time that I take to recite these 4 letters with 4 vowels, that is the time for my 4 haraka or for my 4 counts. So while studying Mudood, when we say 2 counts, that means the time a reciter takes to recite 2 letters with the haraka consecutively. And when we'll say 4 counts, that means the time that the reciter takes to say 4 letters with the haraka consecutively. And similarly, when we say 6 counts, that means the time a reciter takes to recite the letter with the haraka consecutively. So the timing of each count depends on the recitation of the reciter. If the reciter is reciting in a fast pace, his or her 4 counts will take less time from that reciter who is reciting it slow. So this is how we measure the count or haraka of a mad. There are 10 different types of mudud, and they are split between 2 categories. The first one is maddul asli, and there are 3 mudud under this category. And these 3 mudud are not caused by a sukoon after the mad letter or hamza. And maddul asli is also called primary lengthening. The second category is maddul far'i or secondary lengthening. And there are 7 mudud that fall under this category. And all of these mudud are either caused by a sukoon after the mad letter or because of letter hamza. And inshallah, we will learn all of them in detail. The first one is maddul asli, or you can call it maddul tabi'i or natural mad. And the name of this mad is similar to the first category of mudud. And you can see it right here. The first category, which is maddul asli, and the first type which fall under this category is also called maddul asli. So maddul asli, this mad is the origin of all the mudud. This is a mad without which the mad letter does not exist. It does not depend on a sukoon, a temporary sukoon or a permanent sukoon after the mad letter or letter hamza. It does not depend on both of them. And maddul asli is stretched by 2 haraka or 2 counts. And if we skip this mad, this can come into lahnul jali or a big mistake. And there are only 2 conditions for this mad. The first one is the mad letter must be sakin and it should be preceded by a vowel compatible to those mad letters. And remember, because this is maddul asli, there should be no sakin letters after the mad letter and there should be no hamza, because these mudud are come under the category where the reason is neither sukoon after the mad letter nor hamza. And you can see here in this example, we will recite it like this. Qalu. You can see waw is in a mad condition because waw is sakin preceded by a dhamma. In fact, alif also is in a mad condition because letter alif is sakin preceded by a fatha. And there is no sakin letter after the mad letter and there is no hamza. So we recite both of these mad letters with maddul asli by stretching it 2 counts. In the next example, we recite it like this. Sirata. Alif is in a mad condition. It is sakin preceded by a fatha. This is maddul asli and we will recite it by 2 counts. In the next example, alladhina. Letter ya is in a mad condition because this is sakin preceded by a kasra and we will recite it by giving 2 counts of maddul asli like this. Alladhina. So whenever letter alif, waw, and ya are sakin preceded by a vowel compatible to them, and there is no sakin letter after the mad letter, and there is no hamza, that mad is called maddul asli. It is stretched by 2 counts, and skipping this could be a big mistake. Inshallah, we will continue with the topic of mudud in our next class as well. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.